Hey. Hey, you. Yeah, you over there. What are you doing? Snooping around. Oh, I know. You want to know all about my special sauce. Well, I'm part of the Last Chance Cook-Off, and I can't wait to show you the recipe. Come on in the house. I'll show you how. Just let me get the rest of this chicken off the grill here. And we'll go make it. Come on in. Hey there, my name is Angela and I'm the Inquisitive Farmwife. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you here. Today we're going to be making a delicious barbecue sauce, and you can use any kind of meat that you'd like. I went ahead and used chicken thighs. Just a quick review. I cleaned them, I skinned them, I soaked them in a brine, and then I seasoned them. But the reason you're here today is the barbecue sauce. So let's get to it. Man, I love this time of year. Starting to cool off a little, but still warm and still time to barbecue. So we're going to make my contribution to this cook-off challenge is the sauce. So let's make a great one. And it's a secret sauce. You wanna know why? Because I totally made the recipe up. I will tell you though, that I was inspired by a loved recipe that we use a lot for barbecue meatballs that I cook a lot in the winter time in the oven. But I'm going to spin it a little for today. Start out 2 cups of ketchup. I just happen to have, homemade ketchup, and a pint is 2 cups. So that's easy enough to measure. And then in my usual recipe, I'll use 1.5 cups of brown sugar, but because of the special ingredient I'm getting ready to put in, I'm going to just use 1 really packed cup. Generous. It's optional to add liquid smoke to this recipe. I'm choosing not to today because I am cooking my chicken on the Traeger, which is a smoker, so we don't need that extra. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt, and then it calls for 1/2 an onion. So today I'm just going to use a small onion that I have in place of using 1/2 an onion. Don't waste these peels. You could make great broth with those later. You could add them to bones to make stock, or just make a delicious vegetable broth. I'm going to want to get this nice and small since we're using this as our sauce glaze. So I'm going to use this handy dandy chopper. Make quick work of it. And I always used to say, it's the best way to get out all your frustrations. Look how fine that is. And now on to the secret of what I wanted to try today. I have been hearing so much about rhubarb barbecue sauce. And I happen to have some rhubarb jam that didn't seal. So I'm going to add this to give it a little bit of tart, a little bit of sweet, and just a little bit of summer. Now, in case you're wondering, I don't have rhubarb jam, or I don't know where to get rhubarb jam. No worries. Trade it out with a different kind of jam. How about a jalapeno, or a sweet jalapeno with raspberry, or just a plain cherry would go really well. Yeah, just get creative in whatever jam you choose to use. But I also like a little heat. So I'm going to take some of my home canned jalapenos, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of juice in there for that. And it'll give it a little bit of a twang because pickled jalapenos also have vinegar in them. And vinegar is used a lot of times in barbecue recipes. So I'm just gonna kind of stir that up a little bit. Get my whisk out here. Give it a quick little stir. Oh, that consistency looks great. But you need to give it a little taste test. Oh, that's gonna be good. Okay, so I went out, I got my chicken, and now I'm gonna put on the sauce. I'm gonna drench both sides in this delicious sauce. And I'm gonna put it on this stone pan and put it back on the grill for probably another half an hour or so. Because it's gonna be so messy, that's why I'm putting it on the pan.
So basically, you wanna just make sure that you smother your meat in this delicious sauce so that it adds all that extra flavor. And when you take it back out to the grill and you cook it a little bit longer, it's going to give it a nice coating. You're going to want to take the leftover sauce and just pour it over the top because none of this is to be wasted. That what you see in the jar, you can use to baste while you finish cooking that last half an hour until you reach the internal temperature that you need for the type of meat that you're using.
Ooh, here it is, guys. Look at that sauce. Really made that chicken delicious. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you find great value in this recipe, and let me know if you try it at home. Bye.
Tastes good.